Well, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be playing with the 63 Chevy. I've had this car for almost 3 years now, or truck I should say, not car, but almost 3 years I've had this. I got it from my cousin, and he worked on it for a few years and did a lot of work to it. Engine, different things. Almost everything you see is brand new, so he spent a lot of time on it and just got to the point where he couldn't do it anymore due to his health, so I ended up buying it from him, and it's just been sitting at my house for almost 3 years now. So I've been messing with it a little bit this week for the first time, and I've gotten it real close to being able to start. So the transmission's brand new. I only had oil in the converter, so I've got that topped off now, and need to check it again after we get it fired up. Carburetor, well, actually the engine itself it's a 355 cubic inch small block Chevy. It's a 350 that's 30 over. It's a 4-bolt main, 350 4-bolt main. It's an 010 block for those guys who know what I'm talking about. It's oh, it looks like I got a water leak. I just topped off the radiator last night, so yep, definitely a leak there. Need to tighten that up. So yeah, I added transmission fluid. I need to check that after it's running. Distributor's brand new, wires are new, plugs are new, exhaust manifolds are new, one-wire alternator's brand new. I'm not sure if he replaced the water pump or not. The engine itself has about 10,000 miles on it. He bought it from another fellow. He never had it running. Well, he had it. I've never heard it run, so, you know, we're just going off what we're being told at this point. Radiator is brand new. It's not exactly a bolt-in deal. I mean, it sort of is a bolt-in deal, but the inlets and outlets are not set up for a Chevy, so he's done some creative routing of the hoses, which will work for now. I'm not sure if I'll leave that or change it. This truck's probably going to be put up for sale, more than likely. But it'll work for now. I just bought this brand new 16-inch Flexolite fan, so I need to get that wired in today. I need to run my hot wire lead from the coil on the top of the distributor over to the battery, so I need to get that put in. There's something I'm forgetting. Fan. I need to wire in the fan, wire in the distributor. Maybe that's it. Check all the fittings, the clamps on the hoses and stuff, and make sure it doesn't leak too bad. Battery's old, it's 5 years old. I'm not sure if it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna keep the battery tender on it. Right now it's just got straight exhaust. I'm not sure how well you can see that down in there. It's just got the manifolds. It has dual exhaust on the truck, but they cut them a few feet back behind the manifolds. So I may or may not end up taking this to an exhaust shop and having it fixed. Probably depends on how well this engine runs. So I need to get it fired up. I did turn it over, and I did get oil pressure, so that's a good sign. The timing will need to be set as well. I'll need to get a timing light on it as soon as it's running. Brakes are all brand new. I need to get them bled. So I hooked up some gauges, so it's got an oil pressure gauge and a temp gauge. So for now, I'll get inside the cab in a minute and I can show you what I'm dealing with. Pretty much all the wiring on the truck is junk. So I'm gonna probably end up just setting up a small control panel for the ignition and starter button and all that. So right now I've got my starter button connected to the starter, so it turns over. Yeah, that's sort of where we are for now. So I got to get some more wiring done, and I've got my mixture of fuel there with some oil in it, so we can get the cylinders oiled up while it starts for the first time, because I mean, it could have easily been 10 years since this thing has ran, if not longer. I know my cousin had it for more than 2 years. I've had it for almost 3 years, and I'm not sure how many years this engine sat. I think it was in an Impala, mid-60s Impala. Of course, it wasn't originally in that car, but I believe they had it rebuilt and put it in that car. So, the truck's originally from Nevada, and it still has a lot of Nevada sand and dust in it. Every time I touch something, sand falls out. So, I'll get the truck pulled out and get some more shots of it. I've got tons of duplicate parts for this thing. I've got the doors that are on it, plus 3 extra doors. I've got 3 passenger doors, 2 driver's doors. I've got 2 hoods. I've got multiple sets of the cowl pieces that go behind the hood there. Just lots and lots of parts that go with this thing. So whoever ends up buying it's going to get all that stuff more than likely. So beautiful grill. My cousin had it powder coated and came out really, really nice. For those not familiar with these trucks, it's a 1-year only grill, 63. And some unique things about this, it's the same suspension as the 64 through 66 trucks, and which had the coil springs in the front and coil springs in the back. And but it's the last year of the knee knocker cab with the wraparound windshield, so a pretty unique year. This is a short bit, of course. I'll get it out so you can see some better pictures of it, but yep, so that's where we are. Okay, I just hooked up the fan, I just wired the ignition, and I just put some gas on the carburetor. There's only so much I can do with 2 hands, so I didn't film that part, but I'm gonna hit the start button and then we're gonna see what happens. Timing's way off, which I knew it would be. And there's no exhaust. Put the choke back on. Little fires, and I think it'll run. I need a fuel source for it, so I think I'll work on that now. All right, let's try this again without the fan running, so it won't be so irritating, and I'm not going to run it that long anyway, so let's go. Oh, I had to go buy a new battery. The other one, big 5 years old, just wouldn't do much. Down there I've got fuel set up, so hopefully the mechanical fuel pump works. We can get the bowls filled up on the carburetor. And I got my timing light in case it runs long enough to time it. Still don't know where it's going to be. Okay, well, distributor cap just popped off. We're not getting anywhere fast. Well, it's a new day. I got a new fuel pump and some vacuum line, since I noticed the vacuum line coming off the distributor is hard and it actually won't even stay plugged in. It's just, I don't know what the deal is. So I got some of that. I got some caps too, because they're missing a couple of those. Don't need no extra vacuum leaks. So yep, so we're gonna attempt to get that old fuel pump off and get this swapped out. Nothing at all. Looks like I picked the right one though, and it's always nice when you get the right part. This is off of a 68 or 69 350. I looked them up for the 63 small block Chevy, and they look totally different. So I just wanted to get something that's real close to what was already on here. So this will be able to connect directly to it. This is connected to the, well, this is connected to this, but the fuel line's already been ran from the relocated tank in the back. I'm just not connecting to that yet. I'm gonna try to get it running first, and then I'll put fuel on the back and see how that works. It's making the right sounds. I don't know. Now I gotta get that rod pushed back up in there so I can get this thing installed. And I dropped one of my bolts. So I gotta figure out where that went. Oh, I see it. One of the best investments I ever made. It's got a magnet on the end. Those guys have ever worked on stuff, crawling under cars to grab bolts. This is worth its weight in gold. All right. Well, another week's gone by, and my GoPro failed me. And when I had this set up last week and I was working on it, right before I got it fired up and actually got it to run, the GoPro died. So I'm gonna sort of recreate what happened. Essentially, once I had a fuel supply, which my fuel pump started working and started picking up fuel right away, got the carburetor filled, and timing was not too far off, adjusted the timing slightly, and it started running. And then I had some severe vacuum leaks, so I got the plugs on, and there was actually one in the back too that I was able to get on, and I think I got all those taken care of. Oil pressure was real good, but I haven't ran it since then, so this is only the second time it's ever fired, and I'm gonna run. Last week the temperature gauge wasn't working, so I'm not sure if there's a problem with the gauge, or I'm not sure what's going on with that. So we're gonna fire it up and see what happens. it runs. Not sure what's going on with the thermostat. Definitely seems to be moving water, but gauge isn't working. I think the thermostat's working. I meant the gauge isn't working. So anyway, there you go. I got the door taken off, as you can see, so I'm going to be doing some work to that. I need to straighten out this bottom corner down here, work on this dent, and try to figure out if I'm going to keep the patina or primer it, or what I'm going to do. I haven't totally decided yet. So the truck's been painted a few times, and it's got a different hood and different doors than it had originally. So the colors on those aren't going to match the rest of the truck, so it's going to be kind of a messy calico if I try to do the patina thing. And it's got, you know, filler and stuff on it already, and, you know, bare metal. So I don't know. I'm thinking I may put some primer and some paint on it and sand back through it and kind of do my own patina thing. I'll have to play around with it and see what I end up liking. Have to run some test panels or something. So anyway, first fire, pretty successful, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and thanks for hanging out. Take care.